Alright everybody, welcome to another episode of Unique Adventures. We're out here doing another Blackstone video for you guys. Everybody has loved the videos that we've been putting out so far, so we're going to throw a little bit of a spin on this one. We're talking about that 20-inch Blackstone Camp Griddle that just came out in the last couple of months. We're going to let you know kind of how we liked it and some of the things that I think could be a little bit better. And also, while we're doing it, we're going to cook up an easy meal that I thought about last weekend. We were out at a street fair that would be great to do at the campground. We're going to do some pulled pork mac and cheese, and let's go ahead and show you guys how we're going to do that. Okay, so before we get to actually doing the cook here, we're going to talk about a couple of things with this new Blackstone in general. It is the 20-inch model that came out. It's been sold out time in, time off for the last couple months. We have had this thing since March. It is now July. We have had numerous cooks on this thing now, so we can kind of give you guys a little bit more of a real-world experience on what it's been like so far. A couple of the things that I wish could be a little bit better, and I've heard people put in the comments of some of my other videos as well, is the lighting ignition system is not the best. You have to push the button a couple of times. I've heard people completely saying that their igniters wouldn't work at all. We have had some instances where we've had to bring in the lighter. So that just kind of stinks a little bit, but I can work around that. And for the most of the time, once you get it primed up, it's usually when I'm going from hooking it up, that initial little fire up, that's usually where I'm running into those struggles at. And it really doesn't matter if I'm on a bottle or if I'm hooked up to my camper's propane system. It's just kind of the way it's been. The other thing that is very surprising, the texture on the Blackstone, it's kind of got this little bit of a rigid finish on it, and we're going to show you here in this clip where I got a little bit of grease splatter on the back side, and I'm still trying to figure out really how to clean this. But it goes on there, and I've tried to wipe it off with things, and it really doesn't come off. So I might have to get a little bit more aggressive, maybe with some power wash and actually a hose or something like that. But I'm really trying to avoid putting moisture around the stove. So those are two of the initial things that really, you know, I wish would be a little bit better. But besides that, the non-stick has still been amazing. Everybody in the comments saying, oh, it's not gonna last. Well, one, you got to take good care of your stuff. Two, these aren't meant to be cooked on every day out. I'm assuming Blackstone put this out as a camp model. Most people, like myself, we're going out on weekends. I feel like we do a fair amount of camping during the year. We'll go out 2 weekends a month, pretty much from March to October. So we get a lot of time out in our trailer doing our outside camping. It really doesn't matter what weather we're in, we're outside, we're using it. So I really think if you're not using it daily, you may not have those issues, but that's just the way it is. You know, we'll just have to see over time how this thing does. But for the first 3-4 months, this thing's been rock solid. Now, in going on with where we're going to take this video, obviously we're going to do this barbecue mac and cheese and pulled pork. We did get some pulled pork from Costco, and I figured this meal would be good for you to do at your campground. It's not terribly expensive, it's easy to put together, and you can feed a lot of people off of it. So that's kind of where I was going. The other part of this is I want to showcase really the cleanup of this guy and the non-stick, and how that is a lot better than the traditional Blackstone. So that's kind of the focus we're going to take with this. We're going to do this mac and cheese. We're going to get it sloppy. That's why I figured we got some barbecue sauce. We've got Panera's mac and cheese from Costco. You can get a 2-pack of this stuff for under 10 bucks. And then we got some of this leftover pulled pork from Costco. You can get $11, $12, $13 for 2 pounds of this barbecued pulled pork. So for around $20 or so, you've got a complete meal that will feed multiple people, and it's pretty simple to put together because this stuff's already cooked. Now, the one thing we're going to take with this is that mac and cheese can be a little bit slimy, and we're going to show that cleaning process, because we're going to throw this mac and cheese, the pulled pork, we're going to throw some barbecue sauce, we're going to mix it all together, and you're going to get to see firsthand how easy this thing is to clean. So let's go ahead and get set up with the camera and start to cook. All right, so we're ready to cook our mac and cheese now. We're going to get this pulled pork on here first. Just throw that big chunk of stuff on there, just like that. So this is kind of clumped together, so we'll just kind of press it out. So we didn't have to put anything down here. We've got the fat from the pulled pork. That's gonna create us a little bit of lubrication there. The only thing with this grill, and you can't use the harder utensils to really get stuff chopped up faster. You can see we're already getting some good stuff going there. We're gonna let this go here just a couple minutes, and then we'll get that mac and cheese on. So like we mentioned, this is a pretty cheap meal here for like 2 pounds of pulled pork and probably close to 2 to 3 pounds of macaroni and cheese. You can get this for a little bit over $20, which makes it, you know, really good if you're cooking for a lot of people and you don't want to spend a lot of time cooking. Like, you're gonna see the cleanup on this thing's gonna be really, really quick once we get all this heated up. I wish I could have smoked this stuff myself, but right now, just with the, you know, us going out camping a lot, like, it's easier just to go to Costco, pay the piper, get the stuff in the store, which isn't bad. Okay, so now that we've got this kind of going here, we're gonna throw this mac and cheese down. And you can see it bubbling up here. We're going to turn that down just a little bit. Don't think we need the grill up that high. But this stuff's going to heat up real fast, and especially being on the grill. We're in the sun right now. It's 85 degrees out here today, Pacific Northwest. Summers are the best. Let me know where you're at. How are your summers where you're at? But I'm pretty sure everybody's probably having a good summer. 85 degrees out here on Alder Lake. We will take it. But you can see it's bubbling up here, but there's really just not a lot of stick. Little bit. I think we got it a little too hot off the get. But it's just putting a little crust on there. Holy cow. But nothing is sticking, even with that little bit of crust on that macaroni and cheese. And we're just going to let this go here for just a couple minutes, just to make sure the pulled pork doesn't dry out. We're just going to come by and just hit with a couple little dabs of water, kind of rehydrate it, make sure it doesn't get done up too fast. But I mean, super quick. I mean, you see there's a little bit of residue there, but it literally just picks up extremely fast. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna come by with a little bit of that barbecue sauce to start out. This is Kinder's Hickory Brown Sugar. Got this also at Costco for the win. Get ready to mix all these up. Like I said, this only takes a couple of minutes. The white cheddar mac and cheese is pretty good. The Costco version of the mac and cheese, you probably get more volume for your money. But what mac and cheese do you like? Do you like, the stuff you buy in the store? Do you like making your own? Are you team Panera or are you team Costco mac and cheese? Let me know in the comments. But you can take any mac and cheese and do this with. And we're literally just gonna combine all this together. We got that barbecue sauce on there. Looking good. Quick, easy meal. I do love this grill with the light coin slots here. So on my traditional, I probably would have lost stuff down that side. Or if you come over the back side, you're not gonna lose anything too far. But so far this grill has been really good to us. We're gonna get this stuff off here and we're gonna show you the cleanup here in just a minute. Okay, so you can see we've got our mac and cheese off right now. It's gonna cool down for a minute, but it's kind of what you're working with here. And we pulled out about 2 or 3 more of these servings. So just in maybe half that 1 pint of mac and cheese and that pulled pork, we didn't even use a ton of that. Like you can get like 3 or 4 people's worth of meals out of this. So if you were feeding a lot of people and you wanted to throw down 20 bucks, it'd probably feed 6 to 8 people, depending on your people for sure. So here we're left with residue and things to clean up. Now I felt the best way to do is just as I did when I prepped the grill, and you're gonna see this here. I'm gonna throw some of the water on here. You're just gonna see everything lift off, and this is what completely amazed me about this grill. Just picks everything up. So good. We're gonna take our other wet one here, kind of get it on here. We're gonna kind of push some of the stuff to the back. I really didn't get, I do have the little liners for the trap back there, but this is mostly going to be water and stuff, so I'm just going to clean this stuff manually. Nothing's really out of control. We're just going to push some of this big stuff to the back. You can literally see it's picked up everything. Nothing sticks to this thing, which makes cleanup a breeze. We'll throw this back on here. Kind of like a first pass. Get some of this stuff off the side here. Got a little bit of goober on the side. So even in our first pass, not a lot going on. We're going to throw down another paper towel. Throw just a little bit more water on here. More or less just to get that paper towel wet. A little bit more up here to deal with. more little half pass. And that's pretty much it. And pretty much turn this off now. We're gonna let this thing cool down and probably just do a dry, you know, just wipe down after it's cooled down. But you can see this thing cleaned up so amazing. I wish I could say the utensils cleaned as easy as the grill did, because it took me a little bit to get most of that stuff off from the pulled pork. So let's go ahead and go show you the pulled pork and kind of you know, let you guys see how that is. So you saw the cleanup and the making of this mac and cheese here. Super simple, only took a couple minutes because everything was pre-made. It's gonna be a great camping meal. Let me know, like you said in the comments, if you've done this or if you're gonna do this. But I mean, look at that. You kidding me? That looks amazing. And so we're gonna try it out here. Just give it a little taster here. A little pulled pork with that mac and cheese. It's a slam dunk, man. Mac and cheese, awesome. Pulled pork, awesome. Combine them together, double awesome. So that's pretty much gonna wrap this up. This meal is stellar. For like 20 bucks from Costco, you can get this meal and cook it on your Blackstone. Super simple cleanup on that new 20-inch. Let me know what you think about the video, the cleanup. Drop it in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that when we come out and give you another one of these awesome Blackstone videos and make some barbecue mac and cheese, you won't miss it. But until then, we'll see you guys in the next adventure.